Hey guys, and today I'm going to be doing a video of all over the Jasons, their strengths and their weaknesses, and what weapon they use for their main weapon. Starting off with part 2, Jason, his strengths is he can run, he has more traps, and morph. His weaknesses are shift, defense, and water speed. His can run strength means that he can run and catch up with counselors faster. The traps means he has like a lot of traps to trap the phone, the car, and the boat if there is one. And plus morph means that he can regenerate the morph faster and he can use morph a lot more. And his weaknesses are minus shift, which means that he can't shift fast and it takes a while to regenerate. Minus defense, which means he can't, hit counselors more and it's hard to do. And minus water speed, which means he's not fast in water. And that's not a good thing if you're on a map with a boat. If people want to escape out of the boat, you will be terrible at trying to kill them in the water because you are slow in the water as part 2 Jason. His main weapon is a pickaxe, and they have some great kills. You can tell right here that he has 6 kills. He has the can opener, the throat hack, the headbutt, the curb stomp, the top popper, and the leg sweep. Those are all of his kills that you can buy with your CP points that you get. And that is part 2, Jason. Now on to part 3, Jason. Now his strengths are he can run, weapon strength, and grip strength. And his weaknesses are stun resistance, sense, and stock. As I said, he can run and catch up faster with counselors. Weapon strength, which means he can injure the counselors faster. And grip strength means he can hold the counselors for a longer period of time and make them, give them an environmental kill, basically, and have more kills to do. His weaknesses are stun resistance, which means if he gets stunned, it takes him a long time to get out of a stun. His minus sense means he can't sense for very long, and it takes a while to regenerate. And his minus stock means he can't stock for very long, and it takes a while to generate. And that's a bad thing, because if you're wanting to stock to confuse the counselors, you better use a different Jason. Now, his kills are a little bit different. You have the crotch chop, the head chop, and the stunner. Basically, these are chopping in the worst way, which, we don't want. Just tilts the top of the please, and then the stunner. Those are the axe kills, and his main weapon's an axe. Now to part 4, Jason. His strengths are he can run, weapon strength, and destruction. His weaknesses are water speed, shift, and traps. Now, as I said, he can run and catch up with counselors faster. Weapon strength means he can injure counselors better and faster. And destruction means he can break down doors faster. So if they're unlocked, 2 hits, broke down a door. If they're locked, 3 hits, broke down a door. Now, his weaknesses, minus water speed, which means he's not fast in water when they're in the boat escaping. You probably make them escape. Now, minus shift means he can't shift fast, and it takes a while to regenerate. And minus traps means he doesn't have as many traps. Takes him a while to get his traps back. Well, not really, but takes him... He doesn't have enough traps, let's just say that. Now, his kills you have are the chop suey, the Jarvis, up and under, throat slit, cane, knee chopper, and slammed and split. That's a good kill, I like that one. And that is part 4, Jason. On to part 5, the Imposter Jason. Now, his strengths are he has more throwing knives, stock, and can run. Weaknesses are defense, grip strength, and stun resistance. Strengths with his throwing knives mean that he has more throwing knives to use to injure counselors more. Then he has stock, which means his stock is longer. And then he can run, which means he can catch up with counselors. Now, his weaknesses are defense, grip strength, and stun resistance. Defense means he can't hit them better. Grip strength means he has terrible grip strength. He can't hold the counselors for a long time. His stun resistance, just like part 3, he can't really, basically, it's not good. He takes a long time to get out of the stun. And his kills with the garden shears are You Are So Vain, Last Breath, and the Hedge Trimmer. Basically, those are some brutal kills, so I recommend y'all check them out. They're pretty great. Next, part 6, Jason. Now, his strengths are throwing knives, sense, and shift, and his weaknesses are defense, can't run, and morph. Now, strengths, what I mean by throwing knives is he has more to injure the counselor. Sense plus ability is basically he has more time to sense and more time to have it regenerate fast. And shift means he can shift fast and it regenerates fast. And weaknesses, the defense means he can't hit the counselor as well. And he can't run, which means he speed walks, basically. And he can't morph, which means it takes him a while to morph and regenerate. And his main weapon is the spear from a fence post in the movie of Part 6, Jason Lives, if y'all have seen it. Now we have Knockdown, Spear Impale, and Shish Kebab. It's a food, but it's still good. Now, that is Part 6, Jason. He's one of the worst ones, but if y'all like him, y'all like him. Next, Part 7, Jason, the New Blood. Now, his strengths are his sense, water speed, and weapon strength. And his weaknesses are can't run, he doesn't have much traps, and stun resistance. Now, since he has more time to sense and it takes faster to regenerate, water speed. Now, this is a good thing. If they're escaping out of a boat, you will want to have the water speed, which means you can travel faster to get them knocked out of the boat and kill them underwater, or drown them in this case. And weapon strength means that you can injure the counselors faster with like 2 or 3 hits. Now, weaknesses, he can't run, which means he's going to speed walk and take longer to get to the counselors if you don't shift or morph. And he doesn't have much traps, which means you can't trap the phone or the car or the boat or anything. And that's not a good thing because you want to trap stuff. And stun resistance, which means he is in a longer stun than most Jasons, so that's not a good thing. And his main weapon is the machete. And his kills down here, we got 6 kills. Everskate, Everscray, or whatever. Dismember, Machete Stab, the Fish Gutter, my voice cracked, Candy Dispenser, and the Pamela. That's a classic. Pamela's a classic. Now, that is Part 7, Jason. He's one of the worst ones, but he's pretty good for water speed. Now, my favorite Jason to play as, Part 8, Jason. Now, his strengths are water speed, destruction, and stalk. And his weaknesses are sense, can't run, and grip strength. Now, I love his strengths because you have water speed and destruction and stalk. Now, water speed, he can travel way faster than all the other Jasons in water, which means he can stop the boat when it's trying to escape. And destruction means he can break down the doors faster. Like I said, 2 hits for unlocked door and 3 hits for locked door. That's a great Jason to play with if you're a destruction person. And stalk, which means you can stalk longer and it takes the counselors longer to know that you're there without the music and all that. And his weaknesses are sense, can't run, and grip strength. Since he can't basically see them for a long period of time because of the sense is not good and it takes long to regenerate. And he can't run, which means he's going to speed walk and he can't get fast to the counselors in time before they get a weapon or gas or something for the car. And grip strength, which means you can't hold him that long. And that's not a bad thing for me because I do fast kills in the game, which means that I usually do that. Now, his main weapon's a fire axe, and here's his kills for the fire axe. Double tap, keep swinging the axe until they stop moving. Chin strike, Jason swings an axe up and pulls the hand hard, which means he rips his jaw out. And then fire axe throws the axe at the counselor with a deadly precision. And that is Part 8, Jason. Recommend you play him. He unlocks at level 20. Used to be level 28, but now it's level 20. That's a good thing. Now on to the last Jason for the video, Part 9, Jason. Now, he's an okay Jason. I don't really play with him as much, but I sometimes do. It's pretty cool. I call him the meatball head because his head's shaped like a meatball and it looks like one, apparently. No offense to you, Jason. Don't come and kill me. Now, his strengths are shift, stun resistance, and stalk. Weaknesses are can't run, less hit points, and traps. Now, shift, he can shift faster and doesn't take as long to regenerate. And stalk, which means he can stalk longer. And can't run, which means he speed walks the whole time. And that's his weakness, by the way. And his other weakness is less hit points, which means he does it if you hit like a counselor, it means that he won't get stunned as much, and that's not bad, but still. And traps, that's one of his weaknesses, which means he can't trap everything. And his main weapon is the battle axe. That's a cool weapon. And you got how to peel a coconut. What a clever name. Chest stab, head chop, and decapitate. And that's all for the Jasons.